In just 24 hours and 20 minutes from now, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will rise to present her 8th Union Budget, and the market is in full anticipation of some big bang announcements. As you can see on top of our screens, the index is at the highest point of the day at 23,400, and the Nifty bank has just slipped into the red, but the mid cap and the small cap indices are continuing their rebound. You're watching Chartbusters on CNBC-TV18. I'm Ormas Fatakia, with me is Vinny Motiwala, and we are counting down to the budget, but can't not take stock of earnings.
Absolutely, can't not take stock of earnings. A whole host of earnings that have been reported. And first up, today we're going to start the show with an earnings candidate. We have Astral that's in focus, and that's what we're going to talk about. The management of the company is joining in with us. The company has reported a mixed quarter with 2% rise in terms of revenue, 7% rise in terms of EBITDA during this Q3 FY25. We have Hiranandan Salwani, who's joining in with us from the company, Executive Director as well as CFO. Good morning, sir, and thank you so much for joining in with us. And I want to talk about the numbers as well as in terms of the demand trends. You specifically highlighted that, the demand has been a bit slow. Now, I want to understand, where is this slowdown actually coming in? Which segment? Real estate doesn't seem to be doing too bad. But is it the infra side? Which side is not doing well?
So you rightly said that the demand was slow, particularly in the infra side and the agriculture side. That is why you see the most of the company's volume pickup is not there in the Q3. So we hope that in this budget, some allocation will be there to the infra side and the things will come back. So that is going to support our industry. And we are confident that in the coming time, we are going to deliver what we used to deliver in the past.
Right. Just want to understand how much of your revenue is actually coming from whether you say the infra side or the agriculture side. What portion of the revenues for the company is from these two segments?
So both put together will be roughly about 20-22% of the revenue.
Mr. Savlani, good morning. Thank you for joining in. Subdued demand, subdued commentary. What does that do to your guidance then? Because you are at 3.5% for the 9 months in terms of revenue growth. Do you still hold on to that 15%? Because the ask rate for the fourth quarter is pretty steep.
No, I don't think it is possible now, because already there is a down. And secondly, polymer price is also not supported. Since last couple of years, you see polymer is continuously going down. So we are feeling that now somehow other it is getting bottom out. And from here on, polymer price will also support us. And anti-dumping duty also is expected any time post-budget. So because of that, the polymer price will also go up, and that is also going to support us in the top line growth. And we are confident that the next year we can definitely deliver 15% kind of revenue. And this year base will be low. So that is also going to support us to grow even more than that also.
So you get to 15% in FY26, Mr. Savlani, but what you would end this year with?
This year depends how the budget is getting rolled out and how the situation is getting improved in the market. Based on that, it will be decided. But definitely this quarter is our peak quarter. So definitely we are going to deliver good numbers.
Right. Mr. Salwani, just one clarification I want. You said 20% of your revenue comes in from infra as well as agriculture, right?
Yes.
Infra and agriculture. Okay. I just want to understand now specifically in terms of the volume growth in the plumbing business, what is it that you're looking out for there? And in terms of the outlook that you also have for the paints and adhesive side of the business, what are we watching out for here in terms of demand trends now?
So like plumbing, we are continuously going to deliver 10 to 15% volume. Adhesive, if you see the last 5-6 years, we are continuously delivering close to about 15% kind of CAGR growth. Paint, it is a new vertical for us. So initially, we are just creating the network and opening up the new cities and new states. So it will take some time. But maybe from next year, second half onward, paint is going to give us the minimum 15% plus kind of growth. Maybe even higher also, because our base is low. But otherwise, our core business is, that is our mainly adhesive and the plumbing. It is definitely going to deliver 15% kind of growth.
So will that change your revenue mix by any chance, Mr. Savlani? Because it's currently somewhere around 74-26. Does that change with the outperformance of the paints and the adhesives business?
Yes, over a period of time, definitely the percentage term, it will go up in the coming time.
And by how much, if you could quantify that?
Maybe a couple of percentage will be more, not more than that, because still we are confident that our main core segment of pipe is going to deliver robust number in the coming time, because we have just recently opened up our office in Dubai also, and we are getting a very good inquiries from that side also, and we are expecting good number from that geography also. So pipe, we are still bullish, and that is our sizable contributor to our business. So that will, if perform, then the percentage may not go that high, but maybe couple of percentage we can say that other portion may go up.
Okay, Mr. Savlani, thank you so much for joining with us on the show this morning and explaining us what the outlook of the company is going forward. Thank you so much for that. As of now, Astral is trading near the day's highest point. But on that note, we'll slip into a very short break. On the other side, we'll have a conversation with Indegene CFO, who will be joining us to discuss the third quarter numbers.
Back with us on Chartbusters, the Nifty at the highest point of the day now, 170 points higher, led mainly by FMCG stocks. But we continue with our corporate conversations. Indegene is the next management on our show after a muted quarterly performance. It was an 11% gain in its profit after tax, but it was almost a 12% dip in its EBITDA numbers. We've been joined by Suhas Prabhu, who is the Chief Financial Officer of Indegene, who is discussing here the quarter gone by. So, good morning. Thank you for joining in. You know, your revenue growth on a sequential basis was muted, but the EMS business is the fastest growing for your company. Does that remain the key growth driver going forward? And what do you expect to end FY25 with in terms of revenue growth, profit growth, and if you could give a margin number as well?
So once again, thanks for having me on your channel. And as you rightly mentioned, coming off a quarter with a strong sequential growth of 4.9%, proud to say that we have achieved a significant milestone of crossing 700 crores in revenue for the very first time on a quarterly level. And also a strong performance on the margin with EBITDA north of 150 crores and PAT also north of 100 crores with a very healthy 15.2% PAT margin. And as you rightly observed, the EMS business has performed strongly. This is coming from a momentum that we are seeing largely, I would say, not entirely, but largely out of customers whom we classify as mid-tier customers. And by mid-tier, we mean outside of the top 20 globally ranked biopharma companies. And we made significant inroads in that over the past few quarters now. And that is reflecting in a higher rate of growth in the EMS business. But having said that, the strength is demonstrated across all our segments. Even our ECS business has grown sequentially, even omni-channel activation and the smaller businesses which are aggregated as others have all grown sequentially. And we believe the momentum is being seen by us, not just in the enterprise medical solutions, but across the board. And coming to the customer segment, while currently the performance of the mid-tier segment is reflecting positively on our results, we still remain very positive given our traction, given the pipeline in the top 20 customers as well. But given that they are larger enterprises, these are more transformational deals. The time to conversion, the time to go live.
Sorry to cut you in, Suhas. We are running out of time, so just wanted to get a few things out of the way. Your top 5 client concentration has reduced on a year-on-year basis from 46.5. You brought it down to 40.3. Do you see that trending further down as well? Very quickly, if you could tell us.
Yes, in the near term, we would see that trending down. But as I was mentioning earlier, we still remain bullish on the top 5 and our top 20 customers. And while it will take a little longer, we see that also growing in tandem and coming up a couple of percentage points in the medium term. But in the near term, we would potentially see that going down.
And what about growing other businesses beyond biopharma? Because almost all of your revenue comes from that segment. Your 94% is almost everything, right? You're planning on growing other segments as well?
No, we remain focused on life sciences. So it's biopharma, med devices, biotech, and that ecosystem. It's a large area, as you understand. The industry is more than $1.8 trillion. The spends are large. So we believe we have significant headroom to just grow within this segment. And this remains our focus segment for the near future.
Right. All right, so thank you so much for sparing time and joining in. Running out of time, so it's a short conversation, but wish you good luck for the year ahead as well.
Thanks again for having me on your show.
That is the management there of Indegene, the stock at the flatline currently after its results. Time for a short break, but before we do that, it's time for Growth Code, which is a special initiative by Grow and CNBC-TV18 designed to provide you with valuable insights and strategies to navigate the market and make informed trading decisions. Today, we'll take a look at how the new SEBI guidelines on F&O trading are impacting the market, how traders are adapting to those rules, and what lies ahead for you. Watch out to find out.
Derivatives trading has skyrocketed in India. F&O volumes have jumped from 4.6 lakh crore in 2018 to 138 lakh crore in 2024, while the number of active traders have grown eightfold to reach over 40 lakh.
Most of these new traders are under the age of 25. The risk-taking ability of this current generation is extremely high. They are lured into the markets because of quick profits, because of the hype in social media and ease of digital access.
To protect these investors, SEBI announced new guidelines for F&O trading. What has been the impact?
The volumes of retail traders have significantly gone down. Even the market's volatility has gone down since these rules have been implemented.
However, these rules have brought up a few challenges.
So because of increased margins and because of increased costs and increased charges, the profitability has definitely come down. A lot of small-time option writers would be forced into option buying where the odds of success are much lower. Let's say a new trader who wants to experiment in the markets. Previously, he would have come with a very small amount of capital and that was enough to experiment and dabble in the markets. But now because of increased margins, the same amount has gone up.
For individual F&O traders, adapting to this new era will be key.
Focus on risk management and focus on long-term sustainability rather than having like a quick buck in a quarter.
As the market adapts, these new rules can help create a more resilient ecosystem, offering traders better protection.
Welcome back. The Nifty at the highest point of the day now, 23,420 is where the index is, spurring excitement on the street after the Prime Minister's address ahead of the budget session. And there are three indices that are leading the charge is FMCG, auto and the real estate index. These are the three indices that are leading the charge in today's trading session. And two specific stocks as well. Possibly the stock of the morning is Kalyan Jewelers, are almost 10% higher now after its quarterly results and recovering from the lows that it had made. Remember, the stock is still down well over 40% from its peak. And the other one is Navin Fluorine after the results, and of course UBS giving it a price target of well in excess of 4,800 rupees, so 8% higher on Navin Fluorine as well. Take your leave on this edition of Chartbusters from Winnie and the team that put this show together. Thank you so much for watching. Trading Hour takes you through the President's address and of course earnings from Nestle India anytime now. Thank you so much for watching.